Boys, UFC Vegas 98 just finished up. I got every single winner and Tatsuro Taira on screen right now. We're gonna do some rare matchmaking, give you guys every single opponent for these guys, including the prelims. But starting off with this main card, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this card was ass. Main card, the main event, saved it. There's a few good fights here and there, but through the entire card as a whole, ass. But let's just run through this real quick, because not gonna lie, I'm excited for next week's event. Then the week after, Ilya Topuria, Max Holloway. Finally, we got some good cards on the horizon. We had to get this stinker out of the way, but I guess it sets up some good fights in the future. But before we begin, I usually do this at the end, but 99% of you guys watch this shit for free. All I ask, help your boy out get to 1,000 subscribers. Let's start it off. Brandon Royval, fraud checked, Tatsuro Taira, and I'm not gonna lie, pretty much exactly what I broke down in the fight is pretty much how it played out. I did think Tatsuro Taira was gonna find the neck of Brandon Royval, and he kind of did here and there. He got the chin, but throughout the entire fight, he was kind of getting fraud checked, especially on the feet. Gassed out at the end, and just he got broken. It is what it is. Brandon Royval, a great gatekeeper. It's really hard to matchmake this guy, to be honest, because he's fought so many like in the top 5. I think he said he beat everyone in the top 5, so it's hard to match up this guy. He's ranked number 1. I think win or lose, we give him Kai Ascura. If he beats Pantoja, title shot for Brandon Royval. If he loses to Pantoja, number 1 contender fight. I don't know. I think that should be next. It's probably gonna take some time. It is what it is. Brandon Royval, unfortunately, unless you want to fight someone in the top 10, you're gonna have to wait out a little bit. You can be the backup fighter, but other than that, no scheduled bouts until 2025, at least late, like mid 2025, unfortunately. Let's go down. Tatsuro Taira. I have a banger of a fight for Tatsuro Taira. Both these guys probably around the same fight schedule. Maybe Tatsuro Taira could, come back a little bit sooner, but they can probably push back a little bit longer to accommodate for Steve Ercik. I think this would be such a fun matchup. On the feet, I think Steve Ercik's got it on the feet, but on the ground, I think that's where the most entertaining part of the fight's going to be, is on the ground, because Steve Ercik, you might think of him as a striker. No. This guy has a nasty ground game, but I think this would be an amazing fight. Another headlining fight night card. I could see this being a headliner. And yeah, Tatsuro Taira, he's still 24 years old. He did get fraud checked, yes, but 24 years old. He's going to be back. Brandon Royval said he's going to be a champion. I believe this boy's going to be a champion. He's hella green in this division and in the UFC in general. He'll be back, but I want to see this fight, even though, yes, someone has to lose. I think this would be a stupidly fun matchup. Do I think the UFC would actually make this? Probably not, but I think this would be a fun matchup. Let's keep going down. Jun-yong Park got it done. Decision. I think it was a split decision over Brad Tavares. Let's match him up with another ground game guy, Rodolfo Vieira. I think this would be a fun matchup. Rodolfo just came into the UFC not too long ago. I believe he's only had 1 fight, maybe 2. Let's match up these guys next. Jun-yong Park. I don't think he's gonna be anything crazy in this division. We can use Park to build up a Vieira. I think that's a smart move to do. But moving down from pretty much everyone else, and excluding a few people, I want nothing but tests for these guys. Chidi, I want nothing but a test. I don't want to give him a huge jump up in the rankings, but I want to test him out. Phil Rowe, we're going to give him the Phil Rowe test. Phil Rowe, yes, he's a good middle line gatekeeper. I think this is the next matchup for Chidi. I don't want to see any more layups. I don't want to see any more easy matchups. I want to see him fight Phil Rowe, because Phil Rowe, like it or not, he is a gatekeeper into the middle of this division. Once he gets past him like a Phil Rowe, we can look up into the top 25, top 30 for Chidi and see how he goes there. But it's time to give these guys some bump ups in competition. Going down, Grant Dawson. I completely got this one wrong. I was like, is Grant Dawson gonna TKO this guy, KO, submit this guy? No, when was the last time he did this? And of course, motherfucker went out there and smashed that boy's face in the canvas. But it is what it is. I think we do. I don't know if this guy's still in the top 15, but Grant Dawson deserves someone higher up in the rankings. I think we give him Matt Favola. If he beats Matt Favola, we can look into a top 10 matchup, and then from there on, up and up and up. But I think we start looking at the top of the lightweight division for Grant Dawson. He only lost that, fluke knockout against Bobby Green. Other than that, he's been pretty dominant here and there. I think we start looking up the rankings for him. Now, Daniel Rodriguez got it done, snapped that 3-fight losing streak. I don't want to see Rodriguez fight the top level guys, at least not right now. I think we do a retirement fight for someone who is on this card, Nico Price. Fun matchup. Both of these guys are like a little bit older in the division. And another battle of the unks here. Let's do a Nico Price retirement fight. Daniel Rodriguez. I think this is a fun matchup and a very favorable matchup for Rodriguez. Let's run through these prelims really quickly, though, because I know a lot of you guys don't really give two shits about this, but we'll run through it real quick. Ramazan Beck got his debut. I told you guys he was gonna knock out CJ Vergara and give Vergara his first ever knockout loss. I told you guys that. Now the problem is Vergara was decently high in the rankings, so it's hard to match up this guy without giving him someone huge up in the rankings. I think we do Alessandro Costa next. I think someone's going to sleep here, even for Costa. It's almost sink or swim for Costa as well. A lot of these guys in this division are on a huge losing streak. I didn't want to just feed him a terrible guy who shouldn't be in the UFC, but Alessandro Costa, sink or swim. I think someone's getting put out in this fight, and I think this would be a super fun matchup and another fight to build up. Razumbeck. Let's move down. Pat Sabatini got it done. I didn't see this coming. I did say this boy has some sneaky submissions, but I didn't think he would get it done. He got it done. Ended with a submission. Let's do a very fun matchup, but also a little bit of test, but style for style, this would be a really fun matchup. Juliana Rosa, I think, again, style for style, this would make a really fun matchup. Plus, a little bit favorable for that Pat Sabatini side because Juliana Rosa, a little bit older in this division, has been in the UFC for a minute now. Let's run this one next. Themba Gorimbo. This is what I'm talking about. I'm done giving these guys layup opponents. We're giving Themba the Trevin Giles test. If he can get past Trevin Giles, we see where he is in the division. If he struggles to get past him, if he doesn't get past him, we see where he is. I'm done giving him layup opponents. Let's keep going down. Junior Tafa. I believe he wants to fight light heavyweight. Let's give him some light heavyweight guys. I don't want to see him in heavyweight. He doesn't look that good. He gasses out too fast. Let's give him Ivan Erslan, light heavyweight. Let's start moving this guy to light heavyweight. I don't like how he looks at heavyweight. Plus, I don't know if he's fought light heavyweight. Let's do a one test light heavyweight Ivan Erslan. See how he looks. We can judge off that if we want to keep him in light heavyweight or move him back up to heavyweight. But moving down, Juliana got it done. Who gives a... We're matching her up with Poliana Viana. Fun matchup. Fresh matchup for both of these girls. At the end of the day, who cares? Cody Haddon got it done. Let's do some violence here. Cody Haddon versus Jake Hadley. Fun matchup. Put this on like a UK fight card. Last fight, Clayton Carpenter got it done. Let's match him up with someone who lost on this card, CJ Vergara. Fun matchups here. It is what it is. This wasn't the greatest card in the world. We got through it. Next week, we got Perez versus Hernandez. Absolute banger. Even that card is 10 times better here. I did know that Jake Hadley is fighting Brady on this card, so win or lose, I still want to see Jake Hadley versus Cody. Still think that'd be a fun matchup, win or lose. Then it'll be on the same schedule. But yeah, a lot better of a card next week than we had this week. It is what it is. But yeah, after that, UFC 308, and I have a feeling. I'm getting feelings that one day, I'm feeling, Max Holloway's gonna get this, piece him up throughout 5 rounds. Then I'm having feelings, Ilia Topuria is gonna knock this boy out. I don't know. I think that's gonna be. If you guys watched the Pereira versus Roundtree fight, how that fight started, we were all like on the edge of our seat, jittered up. I feel like that's going to be the exact same thing for this fight. Crazy fight after that. And yeah, we got 2 weeks until that banger. Next week, we got another banger. One more time, you guys. Your boy's on that goal to get to 1,000 subscribers. If you guys have not yet, leave a like on this video and subscribe with those post notifications turned on. Tomorrow, probably gonna have my predictions for Pereira versus Hernandez. And after that, I got some bangers lined up for you guys. Some absolute rare bangers. So yeah, with all that being said, you guys, there's really not that much else left to say, except for I will see you guys in my next video.